Good evening and welcome to the news. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds talks with his Greek counterpart Kyriakos Mitsotakis in New Delhi. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma unveils a deficit budget of Rs 2,029 crore, emphasizing a strategic roadmap titled Mission 10. All facilities accorded to justices and judges are mandated by Act of Parliament, says Minister in Charge Law, Ampreen Lingdo. Matter of closing down the Mamluchera Cements Limited is under examination, says Deputy Chief Minister Sneoblang Dhar. And Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia inaugurates Regional Consultative Workshop. The news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister of Greece Kyriakos Mitsotakis today held bilateral talks in New Delhi. After the meeting, the Prime Minister said both countries have agreed to take their bilateral trade to 2 times by the year 2030. He said new opportunities were explored during the meeting, ranging from agriculture, pharma, medical devices, technologies, innovation, skill development and space. He said shipping and connectivity are the highest priority areas. He said defence co-production and manufacturing can be fruitful for both countries. Speaking on the occasion, Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said both countries expressed their desire to continue to boost the bilateral relationship and upgrade it to strategic level. In a significant move marking the upcoming completion of 10 years in office for the MDA government in 2028, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma unveiled a deficit budget of Rs 2,029 crore, emphasizing a strategic roadmap titled Mission 10. The budget presented for the fiscal year 2024-25 outlines ambitious goals and allocations aimed at propelling Meghalaya towards a robust economic trajectory. The budget projects total receipts at Rs 27,072 crore, with revenue receipts estimated at Rs 23,515 crore and capital receipts at Rs 3,557 crore. Expenditure is estimated at Rs 27,072 crore, with revenue expenditure at Rs 19,653 crore and capital expenditure at Rs 7,419 crore. Chief Minister Sangma articulated Mission 10 as an action plan designed to catapult Meghalaya into a $10 billion economy by 2028. The Mission 10 initiative identifies crucial avenues for economic growth and development, encompassing investment promotion, regional connectivity, urban transformation, IT and ITES sector expansion, doubling farmers' income, women's economic empowerment, youth engagement, eco-tourism promotion, climate-resilient green economy and power generation.
In 2018-19 to 25,052 crores in the current financial year. This was achieved through better performance on centrally sponsored schemes, attracting investments through externally aided projects, improving states' own resources and revenues, and careful management of state finances. For 2023-24, the budget estimates for the scheme were 1,003 crores. I am pleased to inform this August House that we have already got approvals for 1,987 crores, close to double the budgeted amount.
Congress legislator from Umsning, Dr. Celestine Lingdo, raised a supplementary question in the Assembly on Wednesday and asked if retired judges continue to be VVIPs. In a reply to the question, Minister in Charge Law, Ampreen Lingdo, said, all these facilities accorded to justices and judges are mandated by Act of Parliament. We are committed to these obligations and also several orders of Supreme Courts have recommended these facilities. She also said it is a gesture of the state government that we are mandated to maintain the statuses of the judges.
1 secretarial assistance under domestic help allowances, Chief Justice 50,000 per month, judges 40,000 per month. 2 medical facilities, sir. Full medical reimbursement as applicable to the sitting judge under the Meghalaya Medical Attendance Rules 2021 in all empaneled hospitals.
My supplementary question is, do the retired judges continue to be VVIP after retirement?
Honorable Speaker, sir, all of these facilities accorded to justices and judges of the High Court are mandated by an Act of Parliament, sir. We are committed to these obligations. And further, sir, several Supreme Court judgments have also recommended for these necessary interventions, sir.
Deputy Chief Minister Sneobalang Dhar said the matter of closing down the Mamlo Cement Limited is under examination by the government. He also informed that 278 employees are working under the MCCL. Responding to the question raised by the MLA of Nongkrem, Ardent and Basayamoit, Deputy Chief Minister informed that since the time MCCL started the dry process in the year 2020, the plant has remained shut. Dhar also informed that the government is holding a number of meetings at the level of Chief Minister along with the local MLA, MDC, the CM of Zora and other stakeholders. And he is hopeful that within 6 months they would be able to take the final decision.
Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to star question 57. A. Sir, the matter is to close down the Mamlo Cement Limited plant at Sora is under examination by the government. B. Sir, the total number is 278.
May I know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister the amount spent by the government to build the new dry process in the MCC?
No, Mr. Speaker, sir. The dry process, it was so many items are there and huge amounts. So actually, that particular information is not me, Mr. Speaker, sir. So I require notice about what is the amount details spent on dry process. Yes, as of now, the plant is running by dry process.
While updating the status of Captain William Sangma State University, Education Minister Rakkame Sangma said that the construction of administrative block, academic block, boys and girls hostel is completed and 58 posts have been sanctioned, including Vice-Chancellor and Registrar. Answering the supplementary question, the Education Minister said the total amount spent on the constructions is 16.96 crores and another additional rupees 5.77 crores has been sanctioned for Approach Road and others. He further added that the total area of the campus is 100 acres.
So the status of Captain William Sangma State University is, number 1, construction of administrative block and academic block is completed. So number 2, construction of boys and girls hostel completed. Number 3, so 58 posts has been sanctioned, including by Chancellor and Registrar. Speaker, so the total amount spent on construction of the infrastructure is 16.96 crores. The campus area of Captain William State University is 100 acres of land.
Meghalaya on Tuesday witnessed the inauguration of the program for PM Swanidhi beneficiaries under the Rashtriya Udyamita Vikas Pariyojana, a pilot project of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This program was simultaneously inaugurated at Bhopal, Kanpur, Indore, Varanasi, Bharatpur, Silchar, Dibrugarh and Guwahati virtually. Speaking to the media, Banshai Marvanyang said the scheme is mainly for the street vendors. Many of the vendors in Shillong do not know how to get this assistance. Speaking to one of the beneficiaries, he said this scheme has helped him a lot. He also informed that he came to know about this scheme from the Shillong Municipal Board.
Very much. Today you have seen here, my name is Banshai Marvanyang. This scheme is mainly purpose for the street vendors. As you have seen during these days, many of the street vendors here in the state of Meghalaya, especially in Shillong. That's why we are bringing the scheme from the Ministry of Skills and Development, and also from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs from the Government of India. Street vendors during these days, they're having lots of problems, especially during the families. In their families, they feel a lot of issues.
So this scheme has helped me a lot. So I got a third term loan, that is the amount of 50,000. And I got the information regarding this scheme from the Shillong Municipal Board. So when I was searching for ways on how to get funds to grow my business, so that's when I came across this scheme. I went to the Shillong Municipal Board and I asked them if there's any help that I can get to grow my business, any funds that are available. So they introduced me to this PM Swan scheme. So I'm very thankful to the Shillong Municipal Board and also the government of Meghalaya and the government of India as well.
Union Agriculture Minister Arjun Munda today said the government is ready to discuss all the issues including MSP demand, crop diversification, stubble issue and FIR in the next round of talks with the protesting farmers. In a social media post, Munda invited the farmer leaders for the 5th round of discussion. He also urged the protesting farmers to maintain peace. The centre has asked the Punjab government to maintain law and order in the wake of farmers' agitation. Sources said the Union Home Ministry has sent an advisory to the state government in this regard. The 21st round of the India-China Corps Commander level meeting was held at the crucial Moldo border meeting point on the 19th of this month. The External Affairs Ministry said in a statement that the discussions built on the previous rounds, seeking complete disengagement in the remaining areas along the LAC in eastern Ladakh for restoration of peace and tranquility in the Indo-China border areas. The two sides shared their perspectives on this in the talks, which were held in a friendly and cordial atmosphere. Both sides have agreed to maintain communication on the way ahead through the relevant military and diplomatic mechanisms. Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, virtually inaugurated a regional consultative workshop on research priority for providing accessible and affordable health care for the northeastern states of India. Today, Dr. Bharati Praveen Pawar, Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, and Dr. Maisel Ampreen Lingdaw, Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Government of Meghalaya, were also present. The two-day workshop is being jointly organized in Shillong by the Department of Health Research, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Indian Institute of Public Health and Indian Council of Medical Research, Regional Medical Research Centre. During the occasion, the Union Health Minister also inaugurated a marketplace and launched a master's program on health economics and technology assessment in IIPH, Shillong.
That are required for doing
soundproof room, and it's very dates that have high expectations from your gen.
प्रधानमंत्री श्री मोदी जी ने स्वस्थ भारत, विकसित भारत का स्वप्न देखा है, जिसमें सरकार का यह प्रयास है कि देश के प्रत्येक नागरिक को समय पर गुणवत्तायुक्त स्वास्थ्य सुविधा मिले। स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं और दवाइयां आसानी से एफोर्डेबल, एक्सेसिबल और अवेलेबल बने।
And a quick look at the weather report now. The maximum temperature recorded was 18.3 degrees Celsius, the minimum 10.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 53%, while that in the evening rose by 4% to 57%. The forecast: moderate rain and thunder showers likely to occur at many places. And another look at the headlines before we wind up. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds talks with his Greek counterpart Kyriakos Mitsotakis in New Delhi. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma unveils a deficit budget of 2,029 crore, emphasizing a strategic roadmap titled Mission 10. All facilities accorded to justices and judges are mandated by Act of Parliament, says Minister in Charge, Law, Ampreen Lingdaw. Matter of closing down the IndiaChina Cement Limited is under examination, says Deputy Chief Minister Sneha Bhalangdhar. And Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia inaugurates Regional Consultative Workshop. Well, viewers, that's all we have in this edition of the Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow evening for more news and updates.